Chapter 4. That is how I learned the second most very important thing, which was that the planet he came from was hardly bigger than a house. That couldn't surprise me much. I knew very well that for the huge planets like Earth, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, which had been given names, there were hundreds of others that are sometimes so small it's very difficult to see them through a telescope. When an astronomer discovers one of them, he gives it a number instead of a name. For instance, he would call it Asteroid 325. I have serious reasons to believe that the planet the Little Prince came from was asteroid B612. This asteroid has been sighted only once by telescope, in 1909 by a Turkish astronomer, who had then made a formal demonstration of his discovery at an international astronomical congress. But no one believed him on account of the way that he dressed. Grown-ups are like that. Fortunately for the reputation of asteroid B612, a Turkish dictator ordered his people, on pain of death, to wear European clothes. The astronomer repeated his demonstration in 1920 wearing a very elegant suit. This time, everyone believed him. If I've told you these details about asteroid B612 and have given you its number, it means it's on account of grown-ups. Grown-ups like numbers. When you tell them about a new friend, they never ask questions that really matter. They never ask, what does his voice sound like? What games does he like best? Does he collect butterflies? They ask, how old is he? How many brothers does his father make? Only then do they think they know him. If you tell grown-ups, I saw a beautiful red brick house with geraniums at the windows and doves on the roof, they won't be able to imagine such a house. But if you tell them, I saw a house worth 100,000 francs, they exclaim, what a pretty house. So if you tell them, the proof of the Little Prince's existence is that he was delightful, that he laughed, that he wanted a sheep. When someone wants a sheep, that proves he exists. They shrug their shoulders and treat you like a child. But if you tell them the planet he came from was B612, they'll be convinced. And they won't bother you with their questions. That's just the way they are. You must not hold it against them. Children should be very understanding of grown-ups. But, of course, those of us who understand life couldn't care less about numbers. I should have liked to begin the story like a fairy tale. I should have liked to say, once upon a time, there was a little prince who lived in a planet hardly bigger than he was, who needed a friend. For those who understand life, that would sound much truer. The face says, I don't want my book to be taken lightly. Telling these memories is so painful for me. It's already been 6 years since my friend went away, taking his sheep with him. If I try to describe him here, it's so I won't forget him. It's sad to forget about a friend. Not everyone has a friend. And I might become like those grown-ups who are no longer interested in anything but numbers, which is still another reason why I've bought a box of paints and some pencils. It's hard to go back to drawing. At my age, when you've never made any attempts since the one of a boa from the inside and a boa from the outside at the age of 6, I'll certainly try to make my portraits as true to life as possible, but I'm not entirely sure if it's succeeding. One drawing works, and the next no longer bears any resemblance, and I'm a little off his height too. In this one, the Little Prince is too tall, and here he's too short. In the end, I'm sure to get certain more important details all wrong, but here you'll have to forgive me. My friend never explained anything. Perhaps he thought I was like himself. But I, unfortunately, cannot see sheep through the sides of a crate. I may be a little like those grown-ups. I must have grown old.